Stadium, and we will see who comes out victorious in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in the game. As we'll see a squad from the American, the Rice Owls, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the Texas State Bobcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Anderson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Texas State's offense will go on the attack first. And David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Nah, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you, and he's shown the ability to do that.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Gets the back moving. Jackson will throw. And the timing just a hair off. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The play action fake. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be third and long. Trying play action. Throws toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
And the Bobcats will punt it away on fourth down. Promising start to that drive, sort of fizzled out, and they'll have to punt it away. The Owls offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Rides the back on the option to give. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll keep it himself. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Here on third down, will they go back to the running game? They'll send the tight end in motion. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
The short hands, it's Sparks. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
From the gun, the ground game. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
4 wide out set, 2 by 2 on second and 5. Jackson gonna throw it. Here's a heat. Finding an escape route. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
From the gun, the running back has it. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quarterback on the keeper. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Nice job by this defense, stringing along the option, not letting him make a decision right away, and that's why they could corral to the football, get him on the ground, and make sure that option didn't get a big gain.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Here comes the heat. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas State.
What an an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Plows through the defense. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Leaves it with the running back. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got his man in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Evans. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
They'll try the run. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about. Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Jackson will throw. Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on 3rd down.
They'll run it from the gun. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at 40.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Scanning the field, it's Jenkins. Gets it out quickly. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. We've come to the break, and Texas State has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. There's a difference between being physical and pass interference, and that was way over the line. They'll run play action. Right on target this time. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
With the catch, it's Turner. How much lingerie is this guy going to leave on the deck as he gets it down to the 25?
This guy is lightning fast. Did you see him come out of the break on the slant? QB got it to him early. What a weapon.
The Owls come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Fires on the move. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Turns it loose deep. Snags it at the 30 and still running. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. Now on first down from the 30. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Handoff from the gun. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll run it on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great, but I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Here's the pressure. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Catches it at the 30. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Jackson gonna throw it. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the big fella. Nice move there. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Bobcats will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Using his legs, it's Jackson.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. The give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Gliding off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The play action fake. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Jackson will throw. They're working that left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
The Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Nice move to keep running.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
And the Bobcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
The Bobcats decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Now they'll run the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Four wide out set, two on either side on 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Unloads to the wide out. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jackson going to throw it. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I like changing things up. I like trying new things. Handing it to the tight end, that's something you don't see very often. A little creativity. Now, it was negativity in the end, but I like the creative thought process of trying to get somebody else the football.
It'll be 3rd and long. Oh, they're after him. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Jackson will throw. Got the quick pass. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
You just love to see that from the quarterback. I know it's a big third down, and more than anything, you want to throw a completion and keep your offense on the field. But when the defense wins and nobody's open, you got to just tip your hat, throw it away. And now a big decision coming up on fourth down.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Armed Forces Bowl.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
And the Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Back to pass, it's Jenkins. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, another big incompletion on third down now, and if you're the head coach, I wonder if you start thinking about making a change at quarterback because you don't have any points. You haven't been able to find any rhythm in the passing game. You're in the second half now, and you've got to be able to find a spark, and you just wonder if maybe the backup can give that to your offense.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Bobcats will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Going to the running game. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll do it himself. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Creates a little space. Quarterback got it himself. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
And this is why offenses tell you all the time, they want to keep it in 3rd and short or 3rd and medium like you had right here. They make you defend the whole field, and then the QB sees it. Nothing there, tucks it, does a nice job getting positive yards and getting the first down.
Takes the handoff. It's Alexander. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Barrels ahead. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the 3rd quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put him in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. They'll move the tight end. He'll keep it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Rice.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
PAT unit on the field. Splits the uprights. They marched 78 yards down the field, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Well, the offense tries to go RPO, but that time the quarterback and his intended target just couldn't hook up.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Quarterback on the keeper. It's a fumble. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And the Bobcats are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Jackson gonna throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Bobcats will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Give to the running back.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Just needs a crack to get a return. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Jackson will throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
All right, this running back's had all kind of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He lobs one high down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. Looking to throw. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it with a flair, a 77-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
So now it's 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender. And they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So good luck stopping him.
They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
The kick is on its way. He'll field the punt. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Grabbed over the middle. It's Evans. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Jackson gonna throw it. Back open in the middle. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. From the gun, wants to pass. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And the Bobcats line up to punt it away. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. On the ground, it's Alexander. Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Finds a little space. Turning it on! How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Throws to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Give to the single back. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Owls are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Here's the handoff. Runs through a tackle. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. To the air, it's Jenkins. He's got him. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Quick strike complete. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Nice move. He smashes his way through again. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And the Owls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Out of the gun to give to the back. Gets it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
They've got the screen set up. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football. I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
Trying to keep this drive alive. They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain. It's 1st down Rice. Not even a moment of anxiety in that decision. 4th and 1, yep, we're going.
Well, this isn't even a discussion in the headset. Like, this is automatic, autopilot. Like, 4th and 1, we're going for it every single time.
He'll keep it himself. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. We'll see if they go back to the run here on 3rd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Under fire. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The Bobcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute, you got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Off play action on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Power football with the run. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Jackson will throw. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, shown a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Punt is on its way. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking downfield on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Got it in the middle. It's Alexander. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Trying to pick up a first down. Bringing the heat. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Great place to start for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Jackson gonna throw it. Release to the back. Fires it incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They've got this game in hand, but maybe there's some bad blood. They want to rub it in a bit. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
That last score sort of felt like the finishing touches on a great meal, didn't it, as they get ready to line up for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Caught in the backfield, it's Alexander. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down. And the Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Jenkins. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's a heat. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bobcats offense will get the ball first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. The offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
And the Bobcats can really attack on this second and short. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. The inside handoff. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Bobcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Now the play fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He'll pull it down and run. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
Man, now and if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. So the Rice Owls offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Jenkins. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Spins away from the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it to the right here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. They stop him right at the 25-yard line. That's well short of the first down. Certainly in field goal range, but let's see what they do here.
And, man, they sneaked the option in there on 3rd and long. And I don't know, was that a misread? Like, do you get the ball to your tailback? Like, it was pretty well defended. They had the quarterback swallowed up. He got some yards, but now you're forced into a 4th down, and this might be a passing situation.
Right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Unloads to the right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the tight end. Tackle was made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Now on the option. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. He tried to make something out of nothing, but there was really nothing he could do on that play.
And I hope offensively that's not going to make them quit on this option play. That's a scheme that really puts the defense in a bind. If I were them, I wouldn't let that play stop them from trying to run it later in this game.
He'll pull it on the read. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Powers through the defender. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll ride the hot hand. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finding open areas. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
It'll be 3rd and long. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Pulls and fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Jackson will throw. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
And the Bobcats will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. On the run, it's Jackson. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He's got it again. Can't get him to the ground. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to be a little bit short of that 1st down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Trying to keep the drive alive. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
And it's a good choice because he gets it, but I think it's a good choice all the time. When you get towards midfield, you got to be aggressive. It's about scoring points. 4th and inches, I can get inches. I've worked on this. I've practiced this. Nice job by the offense. I like the aggressiveness.
That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
And you got to wonder what the defense is feeling on this drive here, because they've had 5 straight runs now, and they ran it on first, second, third. They got it on 4th down, so that's a kick in the gut. And all of a sudden, right away on 1st down, they're running it at you again. You're not being respected right now on defense, and until someone stops the running game, you're not going to get it.
And some room to work. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
From the gun, give on the inside. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Rice will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Gives it on the option. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you've just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
He'll do it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
The Bobcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
And the Bobcats are flying down the field. He'll keep it himself. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles and got him on the ground.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. He leaves it with his back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Right back to the well.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. After run, now throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. On the run, it's Jackson. Uses a nifty move to work his way to the 24. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, running back gets to give. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. They'll give it to him again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
The counterplay is a great play to mix in with your base concepts. Obviously, everybody flies to the football, bang. Now you pull a guy, you go backside, give him a little counter, keep the defense off balance.
And the Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? The Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that 1st drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. The Bobcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Jackson gonna throw it. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
And the Bobcats will call on their punt team. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. It's reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
And the Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Off play action. He's going to run it. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Here comes the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
That is a gut punch if you're the offense because they're in dime personnel. They're only rushing 4 guys. You've got 5 offensive linemen. You've got the option of bringing other people in to help give your QB time. And this offense, not good enough.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Jackson will throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the option. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with the football.
The Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Hauls it in. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
You know, sometimes the hardest completions for quarterbacks are the ones where guys are wide open. You don't have to throw it any faster trying to get it to him quickly because you know he's so wide open like on that last play. Just take your steps, throw in rhythm, and just throw a catchable ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
They boot it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Caught behind the line. It's Alexander. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Armed Forces Bowl.
The Bobcats will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Motion from the wide receiver. Well, jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
It'll be 3rd and long. To throw, it's Jenkins. Buys a little time with his feet. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense is trying to run the counter play into the boundary. Those pulling linemen, though, actually led extra linebackers to the point of attack, and as a result, they were able to get a tackle for loss.
The Owls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Now facing a 3rd and long. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Bobcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. Makes the grab on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I tell you what, really good job by the defense, having vision on the quarterback. And as soon as he threw that football, man, they broke on the football right away, didn't waste time, and got the running back on the ground for no gain.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Sparks. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Looking to throw on 1st down. It's caught downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to...
Breaks into the open. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
A 1st down run in the red zone. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option point.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. And that one will give them the lead.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone. 3rd and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Goes to the option. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The play action fake. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down.
And this is what's so great about play action. The run fake sucks those linebackers up, and it just creates so much more space for these receivers to operate. Beautiful execution by the offense.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this quarterback has had a little bit of success running so far in this game. That time on the option play, nowhere to go, though. Defense, they were in position. They tackled him for a loss.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Rides to back and leaves it. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
It's complete on the right side.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll ride his man on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, that time on 3rd down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced a negative play, now setting up fourth down.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Look out, he's got room. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The running threat of the QB it gives you the +1. It's just such a headache. He can always pull it. He can give it. There's so many options, and this defense so far hasn't had a lot of answers in trying to stop this offense.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Open space at the 25. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas State.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Quarterback on the keeper. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
The Owls come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
We've come to the break, and Texas State has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
And the Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. It's a draw. Running into the open space. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed way upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
He'll pull it on the read. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, this is a quarterback who has outstanding running ability, and he's hoping the defense is going to give him an opportunity to tuck this football and get upfield, but there was nothing there. You saw him that time. Hold on to it, hold, hoping someone on defense was going to get out of position, but nobody did. Really nice job by the defense that time, playing assignment football against the option, and everybody staying home.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. Go straight ahead. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll run it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rice.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Jackson will throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. They'll leave it with him. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. He just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone, score, and try to save as much time on the clock as we can.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the misconnection on 3rd down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They feed him again. Makes a man miss. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Oh, what a move. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Great job on 1st down. Great job on 2nd down. This defense needs to come up big one more time. They got to get the stop. Big-time moment. I got to get my offense the football back.
The Bobcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll do it himself. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big 1st down and keeps the clock moving.
Use the play fake, now to throw. That pass is incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Jackson gonna throw it. Fires downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
And the Bobcats send out the punt unit. Takes it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. Under fire. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now, and this is a big key for us to win this game.
He's going to take off. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Gonna run it. It's Alexander. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Using his feet. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage, and this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made him look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
They'll run play action. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that's an interesting call going play action on 3rd and long because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field, and you saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Connection to the light. He's out of bounds and short, just short of the line to gain, and it'll be a turnover on downs. He'll keep it himself. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A handoff, keep working on that clock. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Give to the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And man, what an interesting call. 4th and medium, and the offense says, run. They don't want to pass the football. They run the option. They get it to the pitch man. He catches it. But this defense does a really good job. You could tell they know where the sticks are, and they get the big turnover on downs.
Hunt is on its way. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Here's the pressure. He's got it down the middle. Slips, slithers, and jukes his way out to the 26.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
To the air on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. Oh, what a cut! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Rice's offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, need the football. That's not where he's at right now in his Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Owls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to power their way ahead. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback will keep it. Quick spin on the ride. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. On the ground, it's Jackson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for space. It's Alexander. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. Touchdown, Owls! A great catch and run for 6. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Texas State Bobcats offense will go to work for the first time today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Sends it back in motion. Jackson will throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Oh, they're after him! Things working pretty well for this defense, out of the dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Yeah, get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job by the defensive line rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
The Bobcats will punt it away on 4th down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes the catch at the 45. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now on the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the 1st down marker. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. He splits the uprights, and that lead grows even bigger.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
Yeah, and I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a 1st down.
The give from the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And the Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
The Bobcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This defense obviously came into this game prepared for the quarterback run. Linebackers, DBs, they're keying on him and just waiting for him to pull that football, and you saw their ability to get hats to the ball quickly.
So now it's 2nd and long. Off play action. That's caught. It's Anderson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll send the back in motion. Jackson gonna throw it. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Evans. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. To the air on first down. Unloads it left. Got his man. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
This defense might be reeling after those last two, and now facing 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you could see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
They'll send the tight end in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas State.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They believe in that running game, got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. And they can't make the play on third down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the third possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. The play action fake. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
But when it's a play action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He hurls one deep down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Bobcats trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Try to barge their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner goes down. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. He has the first and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Looking for a man, it's Jenkins. He'll off one deep down the left side. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
When they take big shots down the field and they air it out, I got to trust my technique. I got to stay with that wide receiver, wait till he shows his hands. When he shows his hands, I'm bringing my hands up to knock the ball away. Nice job by the defense using his technique, knocking the football away.
He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
And the Owls, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll try the run. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They go right back to it. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the Owls kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Owls!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Got the first down and more. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Jackson will throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Back to pass on 2nd down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield?
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Oh, what a move! Oh, he's still got more! Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the ground. He's got it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Owls now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll leave it with the lone back. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And the Bobcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Jackson gonna throw it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The Bobcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll run the sneak for it.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And the Bobcats with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. The throw. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Here on 3rd down for this offense. They'll move the tight end. Trying play action. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Bobcats will punt this one away. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Bobcats decide to punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. A quick pass to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Shakes off the defender. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
He'll pull it on the read. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
Trying the left side. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Jackson will throw. Makes the catch. It's Sparks. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking downfield very late in the half. Catch in the middle, it's Evans. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Armed Forces Bowl.
And the Owls will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half, and that's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, and we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
They're going to ride this running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Kick is in the air. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense again. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Runs through the tackle. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Looking downfield, it's Jenkins. Pocket breaking down. With the catch, it's Turner. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. He'll do it himself. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. He breaks a tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Now facing a 3rd and long. Running back searching for a hole. Hard running there. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Jackson going to throw it. Gets it out fast. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. The Bobcats will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They go to the ground. There he goes!
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Owls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll keep it himself. Fights off a defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
The give to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Jackson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
They punt it away on 4th down. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Complete to start this drive. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, it's a great place to be for an offense. You got the whole playbook available, and they choose to pass. And the defense did a really good job playing the pass. And 4th down now, it's decision time for you.
And the Bobcats will try to pin them back at the punt. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. The give on the counter. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're the defense, you know that running back is the guy you've now got to stop. He's had a lot of touches in this game. Yes, he's made a lot of plays, but you've got a chance to win here. If you're going to do that, you need to take him away.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. That's the end of the period, and Rice is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. He'll pull it on the read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The Bobcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Gets the back moving. Jackson will throw. Grab near the marker. It's Sparks. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Sends it back in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Flips it out to the back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And the Bobcats will send out the punt unit. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The run from the shotgun. Got a little space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Plows through the defense. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
From the gun, the running back has it. Breaks the tackle. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. He's been a guy that they've given him the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. The give on the option. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
They'll try the left side. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. It'll be 3rd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And here's the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. On the run, fires downfield. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
Off the play fake. Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Offense trying to go with some misdirection in the run game to the boundary, but the defense was there. They're able to corral the back behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
The Bobcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Now facing a third and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Bobcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to fire. Dumps it off in the flats. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Bobcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown, Bobcats! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have two hands on it this drive.
Rides the back on the option to give. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
And the Bobcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go right back to it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
The Bobcats really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Pressure coming. Had to throw it before he wanted. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And this is why coaches get paid the big bucks. Tough decision on your own side of the field. Fourth quarter, I'm trailing. Is it go time now, or do I trust my defense?
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll go up top. Maybe you decide